Have you ever noticed that some of your most powerful life lessons didn't come from a book, but from a heartbreak, a failure, or a moment that completely shattered you? We all say we want comfort, a safe path, a life without struggle. But the truth is, it's often the hardest moments that shape us the most. I remember a friend. He lost his dream job. On the day he was fired, he called me and said, "I don't know who I am without this." But a few years later, he told me that was the best thing that ever happened to me. Why? Because it forced him to rediscover himself, to find courage he didn't know he had, and to realize he was more than a job title, more than a paycheck, more than a business card. Sometimes, what feels like an ending is actually the beginning of something deeper. We live in a world obsessed with comfort. We avoid pain at all costs, but a seed can't grow without breaking. A muscle doesn't get stronger without being pushed to its limits. A diamond only forms under intense pressure. We don't grow when everything is easy. We grow when we are challenged. When I was in college, I failed an important exam. At the time, it felt like the end of the world. But that failure taught me to study differently, to ask for help, to truly understand instead of just memorizing. Now, I barely remember the grade, but I will always remember the lesson. Pain stops us in our tracks. It forces us to face what we usually run from. It strips away our masks and brings us face to face with who we really are. There's an old story about a butterfly. When it's inside the cocoon, it struggles to break free. If someone tries to help and cuts open the cocoon, the butterfly never learns to fly because it's the struggle that strengthens its wings. We're no different. In ancient Stoic philosophy, there's a concept called amor fati, which means love your fate. It's about embracing what happens to us, seeing every challenge as a teacher, not an enemy. Think about the strongest people you know. Ask them about their story, and you'll hear about failures, loss, and moments they thought they'd never survive. Those are the moments that built their character more than any success ever could. We all say we want courage, but courage can't exist without fear. We want wisdom, but wisdom is born from mistakes. We want compassion, but true compassion often grows from our own pain. Does that mean we should chase suffering? No, but when it comes, we can choose how to meet it. Instead of asking, "Why me?" ask, "What is this here to teach me? What do I need to let go of? What strength is waiting on the other side?" In Japan, there's a beautiful art called Kintsugi. When a bowl breaks, they repair it with gold. The cracks aren't hidden, they're highlighted. They become part of the beauty and the story. What if we looked at our emotional scars that way? What if, instead of hiding them, we honored them as proof that we survived, that we are still here, and still growing? Next time you find yourself in a dark place, remember the butterfly, remember the seed. These struggles are not just obstacles, they are invitations, invitations to meet yourself, to rise beyond what you thought possible. Pain can break us, or it can make us. We don't get to choose what happens to us, but we do get to choose what it means. If you're going through something hard right now, take a deep breath. You're not broken, you're becoming. One day, you'll look back and realize this was not your downfall, but your breakthrough. I'd love to hear your story. What challenge changed you the most? How did it shape who you are today? Share it in the comments. Your story might help someone else feel less alone. If this message resonates with you, please like, subscribe, and join me as we explore the mind, life, and the art of becoming. Thank you for being here, and remember, your cracks are not your weakness. They are where the light gets in.